Blessings to you all once more. Yeah, I want to continue from where I stopped. I already discussed about sexual purity. So now I want to discuss about sexual impurity and kinds of sexual immorality. When you hear about sexual impurity, you already know that, in fact, it's just an opposite of sexual purity. Yeah, impurity is an act of being contaminated, a state of being contaminated, a state of being impure. That is what impurity is all about. And Bible, in fact, Bible defined impurity as a condition of being defiled, something that is unclean, something that is defiled. So that is how Bible defined impurity. So now, if you are engaging yourself in sexual immorality, you already know that you are impure. You are sexually impure. So, and this is what God is trying to bring us back to that holiness, bring us back to that to that place of a sexual purity. So look at what the Bible says in the book of First Corinthians. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. It says, flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside his body. Okay, but whoever sins sexually sins against their bodies. Do you not know that your bodies are temple of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received? Verse 20. You were bought at a price, therefore honor God with your bodies. The Bible is telling us here to flee away from sexual immorality. It said we should flee away from sexual immorality. Why? Because every other sin we commit, they are all outside our body. But the sin of immorality is the sin we commit with our body. The sin we commit against our body. The sin, when you commit it, you defile your body. And that is why I know again that our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. That is the reason why God is telling us to flee away from it. Because if one commits that sin, you contaminate the temple of God. You don't even have rights over your body because it's not even yours. It's the temple of God. It's the temple of the Holy Spirit. And we should allow the Holy Spirit to dwell. And you cannot, if you continue committing this sin, you are chasing Holy Spirit away from his temple. And it's dangerous if Holy Spirit is no longer dwelling in you. So the only thing that can attract the Holy Spirit in us is not the only thing, but one of the things that can attract the Holy Spirit in us is when we are sexually pure. When we are the Bible says here that we should honor God with our body. It's not just all about serving God. You honor God with your body. What does God mean? Honoring God with your body means that you should keep this body pure for him to be able to use, so that he will use your body to do whatever he wants to do. So because once sin is in that body, sin can be a barrier to what God wants to use the body to do. So look at what the Bible said again. In the book of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 19, say, they have become callous and giving themselves up to sexuality, greedy to practice every kind of impurity. Yeah, in our generation today, is now something that is normal, whether even, in fact, abuse is everywhere, that nobody is even thinking that, no, this thing I am doing is not God's will. Nobody is taking it serious that we are really hurting God by committing this particular sin. So God is calling us back now. He's calling, even if you have astray sexually, He is calling you back to him because there are many things that he wants to use your body to do. This sexual immorality is limiting us from many things. It's limiting God from acting through us. Yes, remember, he's a holy God. He is a holy God. So for God to say that we should honor God with our body, that we should flee from this sin, it means a lot. It means a lot. It's not just mere saying. When God says something, it's something serious. It is serious. It's not a comedian. So we are ought to flee away from this sexual immorality. If you commit it, you already know that no, you have already committed sin against the Holy Spirit. This sin is the sin of against the Holy Spirit, and the one of the worst sin one should commit is sin that is against the Holy Spirit. It's dangerous. So I thank God for this. I will not go further. In my next video, I'll talk about lusts. Yeah, I'll discuss about lusts. God bless you. Remain blessed.